All right, hey guys, Admiral Black here with my boy. What are you doing?
I just want to say you guys should go to youtube.com/Princeton Production and subscribe.
See, I told you he was just waiting there the whole time just to do that. He does this every time I do a live stream.
Yo, John, you got a SoundCloud too? Can I check your mixtape?
Hey, John, he said you got a SoundCloud. He's like, can you check out your mixtape? All right. So, man, there's actually a lot to talk about. A lot of things have happened since I last did one of these. Yeah, like Pokemon. Did you see the Pokemon news this morning, Jordan?
Dude, I saw all of it. I saw Shofu's latest thing where he talks about like the new forms of Zygarde in battle.
Yeah.
It just came out this morning. I lost my mind, dude. Zygarde doing that new attack where like flies up and shoots the big Z in the ground. And I was like, wait, what?
Wait, hold on, wait. So there was information on that too that came out. I didn't see that.
Yeah, just this morning. There was Taiwanese Pokemon conference, and Mazda showed off some Zygarde stuff.
Oh, they were showing off Zygarde's like his moves and stuff.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I have to look into that. I didn't see any of that. I saw the new Pokemon, obviously. I don't know how you can log into Facebook and not see the new Pokemons at this point.
I adore the designs. I think it's fantastic.
Well, everybody's like flipping shit over the koala. Apparently they're so happy that we finally got a koala Pokemon.
I just want the rock dog. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I was actually more excited for the dog, which John doesn't think it's a dog. He actually thinks it's something else. But I was more excited for that than I was the actual koala.
Well, I mean, its name is Iwanko. I mean, one is the sound like a dog makes in the Japanese language. One is like the onomatopoeia for bark. And then Wanko is like probably calling it a puppy. So it's like an Iwanko probably has to do with stones because like Ishi's stone. It's something like that.
Well, I mean, it's clearly like the Poochyena, the
Route 1.
Yeah, the Route 1 Pokemon, Zigzagoon, that type of Pokemon.
Yeah, but if I've learned anything from the new gens is that those early on Pokemon can be really good. I mean, look at Talonflame.
Yeah, and kind of like Diggersby too.
Diggersby was a monster in early 6th gen competitive.
Yeah,
because you probably give it like 120 base attack.
Well, the thing about this guy is they said he was a rock type, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off because he doesn't look rock-like at all. So that was very interesting.
This excites me though, because we don't really have a lot of fast rock types, and this could be the first fast rock type, and that would just change the metagame forever.
That's true, and the fact that you're probably going to get it in the first patch of grass, and it's a rock type, it kind of lets me like wonder what we have in store for the game, because rock types take down so many different types of Pokemon. So I'm very interested to see. First of all, I want to know more about the gym. I want to know what the gyms are going to be, and hopefully they release like some pictures of the gym leaders and stuff soon. I like to see that because I want to try to guess what typing we're gonna get.
I feel like Phoebe's gonna make a cameo. Remember from the Elite Four, like the Ghost Girl who had who's just a ball of line. I feel like she's native to the little region. I feel like she's gonna make a cameo in the game somewhere.
Oh wow! I never even thought about that. John, you remember Phoebe, the Hawaiian girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said that. Yeah, he thinks she's native to this region and she might make a comeback.
As a gym leader? Or just a comeback?
Just a cameo like Cynthia did in Black and White.
Oh, you know who I think is going to make a comeback?
Oh, God. Here we go.
Kim Kardashian.
Yep. There we go.
She's had to come on her back.
All right. Anyways, I knew you were going to say some shit like that.
I love that Kanye line so much when he's like, that model just bleached her asshole, and I'm going to fuck this model, get bleach on my shirt and feel like an asshole. It's so good.
Yeah, so there's some really good information coming out. I want to ask you personally, since you do a lot of competitive Pokemon battling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how do you feel about the typing for the new Legendaries?
See, here's the thing though, is Ghost Psychic is an amazing mix. I mean, you're only really weak to Dark types, and even then, there's bound to be coverage because it's got to learn Focus Blast most likely. And Psychic Steel, I think it's a great mix. Always works. I mean, look at Metagross. I have no problems with it.
I just think it's weird how he is. I mean, they describe him as the beast that devours the sun, and he's weak to fire. Like that just makes no sense to me. I'm like, why would you give him the sun Pokemon? Why would you give him two typings together that make him weak to fire? And it kind of throws me off.
I feel like there's more. I think there's something for that. I feel like there's his ability might have something to do with fire. This one little body, I know it negates status effects, but maybe there's something to do with
But the way
fire
they
types as
described
well.
it though makes it sound like clear smoke.
Yeah, but that just seems like a waste of an ability just to be clear
That's what I
smoke.
said.
They're
But
gonna-
they've done it before though. They've done it before with like Iron Barb and Rough Skin. It's the same thing. It's the same ability. They just changed the name.
That's very true. I mean, that does bug me. However, in Sunsteel Strike, I do feel like because it's probably gonna be Steel and Fire type. Because one thing I remember is Professor Kukui, he studies Pokemon moves, right? And so I think that Pokemon moves are going to be a lot more dynamic in this game. So, because remember how Flying Press by Hawlucha is both flying and fighting type?
Yes.
So what I think is that the specials for Solgaleo is going to be Steel and Fire type, and then Lunala is going to have a Ghost and Psychic type move.
Now I do want to know what the ability for Nulala. Is that her same name?
Lunala. Yeah. I remember reading somewhere that it was kind of like multi-scale, where like.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, Sean. I remember. What was it? I remember reading somewhere. I forget who told before I read it. It was like apparently it was kind of like multi-scale, like what Dragonite has, where if you're at full HP, attacks do half damage.
Oh, you know what? That's right. I did read that on the Pokemon website, and that's what it was. Which is weird. So I guess with that, we know it's gonna learn like I don't know Moonlight. You know, some moves that let it heal. I mean, it has to.
Yeah, I'm gonna run a bulky Lunala.
I think it's kind of a waste. I mean, I never use legendaries anyways, but I still think it's kind of a waste of ability. I thought it could be something like a little bit cooler, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Darkrai is still the best legendary we've ever had.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I love Darkrai. Just the design, the whole story behind him. He's killed people. That's awesome.
Yeah, very dark, but you know, I guess it's in its name, right?
Yeah, but I love the whole idea of going to this random island because it was giving some kid nightmares, and then like, you know, going to like, yeah, I think it's really cool.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of what other Pokemon information there was. Oh yeah, the Rotom Pokédex. How do you think it's going to be different compared to like the older stuff?
I'm really excited for it, honestly.
I want to know how it's going to work.
Yeah, I think it's not going to be in battle most likely. I think it's just going to be like a companion. The same way, you know, in the TV show, there are some Pokemon that just don't fight. They're just there to be companions, like you know, Chansey is for Nurse Joy and whatnot. I just feel like. Do you think it's going to do the thing where like you go into an area, it'll tell you like what type of Pokemon are here? Because that's what a Pokédex usually does. It tells you like I think it might.
Pokemon on the route and stuff. Because I was playing a online Pokemon game. I think it was fan made. And whenever you went into a region, it showed you silhouettes of Pokemon that were in that area to catch. And when you caught it, then it showed it to you, obviously. So I think that would be kind of cool for him to say or show you, like, okay, these are Pokemon that are in this area, and you can kind of guess and see what they are. I mean, it's a new region. It's a new region, so you probably won't know unless you have like some kind of like strategy guide or something.
Yeah, and like thing is, Rotom like as a Pokédex also. I feel like it's the best way to bridge that gap between the anime and the games because it's making it more animated, right? Like having this Pokédex has a face and it talks to you, and it's a familiar face because we've seen Rotom for years.
Maybe it'll actually do when you're battling. It'll actually give you like shout outs, like, yeah, that Pokemon's weak to water type moves. You should use a water type move or something like that.
And see, that's probably a reference to in Pokemon Coliseum, how that girl will talk to you battle.
That's what I'm hoping they do. That they make it more like interactive, I guess. And John brought something up, like a really good point too. He said that whenever you're in battle, you should be able to go to your bag, whip out your Pokédex, and scan a Pokemon to see what it is, what type it is, and let that be a whole turn. I don't know why they never let you do that in a game. He said that, and I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think because the Rotom can talk to you, I think this is the game where they could probably do that.
Yeah, they should. That's what I think. That they have a lot of possibilities to go with this whole Rotom thing.
Yeah, it opens up so many doors having this Rotom Pokédex. I'm like a huge fan. I think it's awesome.
Have you played Overwatch?
Yeah, I'm buying it for PC. I haven't actually bought it yet.
Getting for PC. You don't have a PlayStation, right?
I do have a PS4, and I'm playing on
it for PS4, so we can play together.
Yeah, but I just bought this new PC, and I gotta put it to use.
Okay. See, you gotta be careful. The problem with getting it for PC, is that there's a lot of hackers that are hacking the game right now, and they're kind of ruining it a little bit. So that's the only thing you have to be careful about.
I see.
With PS, there's some with console, but nowhere near as many as there are with the PC.
I see. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. It just feels like a waste if I spend all this money building this new PC and don't buy games for it.
Yeah, it's not cross-platform, is it, John?
What?
It's not cross-platform, is it?
If it is, it might become cross-platform because I know there's talk with Blizzard wants to do that, but I don't know if they're going to do PC and PlayStation, or if they're going to do Xbox and PlayStation. I know they can't do all three.
Okay.
As of right now, DC Universe is
PC and PlayStation.
But they won't support Xbox.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so it might end up being cross-platform. You never know. I know we're playing right now, John and I. We've been playing with a few YouTubers online, a few other people. So we kind of have a squad going on. That's what we're telling everybody. Like, yeah, if you get it for PS4, so we can all play it together.
I gotcha. Yeah, who do you main? What's your go-tos?
Okay. It honestly depends on the game mode, and it depends on what we're doing. Like if we're taking an objective or anything. For defending, it's Mei. Obviously, I like Mei a lot. She was the first character that I used, and she's also the first character I ended up liking. What?
You got to play with the game with her the first time you played?
Yeah, first time I played, I got to play the game with Mei. So she was, Mei is Mei. And after that, it became Diva. Diva is my favorite character. All-time favorite character is Diva. And I can play with her offensive and defense. I kind of gotten good enough with her that I can play her in any game mode. So if we're losing really bad, it's kind of like a bad habit for me to switch to Diva for the match. Offense, I use Soldier 76. I like him the best out of all the attackers. I also like Tracer, but I'm better with Soldier 76. I always seem to trace too much with Tracer, and I end up dying. I like run into a wall or something. And when it comes to, let's see, I also use Reinhardt too. I use Reinhardt a lot. I actually just started using him. I'm not that good with him, but I'm slowly learning how to use him. But he's on my list to learn. So those are pretty much the four characters I play with the most. Now, I'm always willing to try out different people, especially if the match calls for it. But those are my main four, with Diva being on the top.
Yeah, for me, I'm really only using two characters right now. Offensively, like when I want to do offensive stuff, I'm almost always McCree.
Oh, McCree's good though.
I just love screaming at high noon on the mics. It's just my favorite thing to do.
Now you heard they've been having talks about nerfing him though.
I'm not surprised. I mean, honestly, he's just doing the hammering the attacks. He just does so much DPS. It's a little stupid.
It is, but I mean, he's slow. You have to. I mean, the only way you can get a kill with McCree. Okay, that's not the only way, but the main way is, if your opponent's rushing at you, and that's what he's for. He's he's offensive, but he's for defensive gameplay. So I don't think he's that bad. I mean, I've gone against people that have been really fucking good with him, but I don't think he's as bad. Honestly, I don't think any of the characters really need to be nerfed.
Well, they can put a timer on Bastion's turret for him. They can do that.
No, because he's easy to kill. He's so easy to kill. Reinhardt's shield can block him. If Mei goes into her ice form, she can take the damage. She heals. Shoot, if you use Diva, I always kill Bastions because I create that little shield and deflect all the damage back to Bastion. Genji, he can use his sword thing to deflect all the bullets back at Bastion. Reinhardt can just grab him, pull him out of his turret form. So Bastion's very easy to kill. Very easy to kill. And most of the time that people play Bastion, they just sit in camp.
Yeah. Although my absolute go-to is always Widowmaker. That's my number one.
Really? You like
Widowmaker? Oh god, I love doing long range Widowmaker, just sniping from across the map. Oh, it's my favorite thing.
See, I have a hit or miss. Do you want this?
Yeah. No, I just want to say, since you guys are talking about Overwatch, if you go to my Twitter, which is twitter.com/captain_Princeton or cosplay, just follow me. I'm just kidding. I was actually going to say something about Overwatch. I actually don't think none of the characters, all characters are OP. Every single character with their ultimate, it's really OP. Even characters like Widowmaker, Mercy, who do no damage, because I've been in a situation where I play a Mercy and we're right there at the objective, and my whole team, let's say a Diva explodes and kills all 5 members of my team, I bring them back. and we ambushed him like this because you have a
you bring you back with mercy.
You have a 3-second armor when you're brought back, or 2-second armor. And same thing goes with Widowmaker. Widowmaker special is so beautiful because it works perfect if you're playing a Hanzo. It works perfect if you're playing a Genji, because I've been playing a lot of Genji lately. And I learned that with Genji, I take out their healer and their snipers. So if I know where they're at, that makes my time easier to find them. And like characters like I'm trying to remember who else has a finisher that doesn't do damage.
Oh, you have the girl with the gravity.
Oh yeah, Saya.
Mhm.
Even her special where she kind of just bunches you together. And me and Admiral actually have a combo where he uses her special to group them together, and then I use Junkrat's tire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Junkrat's ult is so good.
Yeah, dude, I love his. And the best part is like we get team kill. Like I always get the
team kill. I like it.
So I learned that there's no character like special wise, like their ultimate don't need any nerf. None of the ultimates need nerf. Some characters, I actually think they need a buff. I think Genji's one of the characters that actually needs a buff. I think that he needs to have, and when I say buff, I mean not more damage. I think he should be able to hold a little bit more shurikens. I think it's not enough. You find yourself reloading a lot in the middle of a kill, and it kind of like
especially when you throw 3 and then you have to sit there and he takes them out, and that's time that they kill you.
Yeah, and then another character is Junkrat only shoots 5. I think they should bring that up to 7. I think 7 grenades should be the perfect amount. So none of the buffs are actually damage that I think they need. I think they're all more like inventory, kind of like utility and that kind of stuff.
And like
Widowmaker is still my girl though. I love Widowmaker.
Widowmaker?
Yeah, he plays Widowmaker.
Yeah, like she's trying. People are bitching about getting headshots and how she needs nerf. But the thing with Widowmaker is
she's so weak.
She's like even Tracer. My favorite thing is killing. I use 2 people to kill Widowmakers with: Tracer and Reaper.
I use Diva. They can't shoot me.
The problem with with Widowmaker is that while she's aiming, you don't see your peripheral. People can sneak up on you. There's so many ways to kill her. So I don't think she needs a nerf. Yeah. I just think that people are salty. You can actually go right now on YouTube and type in characters that need nerf and all 21 characters. You'll find all 21 characters between
Reaper.
Video.
The biggest 3 that I hear that people say need nerf is Reaper, Widowmaker, and Bastion. And I'm like, all 3 of them are so easy to kill.
Remember yesterday when we were playing and I was going after that, we were playing a team that had 3 Bastions, and I was playing Genji and I was taking them down nonstop. Like they were rage quitting, they were pissed.
And I learned that people play with one character, and when they can't get around somebody, they say, "Oh, that character needs to be nerfed."
I actually don't want them to nerf any of the characters, even the ones that I hate. Like I hate Bastion and I hate Widowmaker, and I hate
the bitch with the shields, man. Every time I use that girl with the shields, I die so easy. But when people use her, like they don't die. They just don't die with her. Yeah, and it's so frustrating.
Like even the characters that I hate, I don't want them to get nerfed because the whole point of the game, it's not that you main one character, and it's that you switch depending on if you're playing Junkrat, for example, he's my main, and you get killed 5 times in a row by the same fucking character by the same strategy, then switch because obviously that strategy is not working. So I feel like people don't understand the point of Overwatch. It's not to main a character. It's for you to learn how to use at least 2 characters from each group.
Yeah, you have to. That's why I have 4, and I'm better with 2 of them than I am the other 2. Like for example, when I use Diva, like the whole strategy for Diva is like you use her mobility to like fly and get behind your opponent, and when they're distracted by your team, you kill them all. And a lot of people have been complaining because I like Diva because she has 2 modes. You have in the suit and out of the suit, and a lot of people are complaining like Diva needs to be buffed. I'm like, no, she doesn't. The people who are saying that Diva needs to be buffed is because that they're trying to shoot from far away. She has a scatter shot. That's not what she's for. She's for close combat. And like you get up behind your opponent, you sneak up behind them, you start killing them off, and when they get you out of the suit, then you become a long range shooter because when you shoot her gun, it goes across the map. And they do a lot of damage. So then you become long range and you're able to play aggressively from a distance. And like I learned that a lot of people don't know how to switch between the characters, and that's the main reason that they really complain that Diva needs buffed. But I'm like, Diva's my favorite character, and when I'm saying my favorite character doesn't need a buff, then I think it goes to say something that the character's fine the way it is.
Yeah, but people also don't give a shit about your opinion. So.
Damn, bro, that's hurtful. Why you say that?
I'm just kidding. I actually don't think Diva. Actually, yesterday, shout out to Jack Pease, Fanime, Osaru. I can't remember who else was there, but yesterday, all 6 of us made a squad and we played with Diva and we fucking dominated.
Yeah, dominated the whole match.
And
Like,
yeah.
I don't want them to give her a buff because I don't want her to get a buff because I don't want them to nerf her later on in the future and her be worse than what she is now.
Also, on top of that, she doesn't reload.
Yeah, she doesn't reload. And I'm like, why do you need more damage when you don't reload?
Yeah, I hear you. But I haven't much time to play because I have a bunch of games I'm playing right now. Overwatch, I'm like dabbling in, and like I was playing the closed beta way back when. I fell in love with Widowmaker even in the beta.
Right.
I'm always just long range Widowmaker or I'm up close with McCree. That's one of the two. But yeah, I'm also like going through like some of the older Fire Emblem games and going through Path of Radiance and going through Radiant Dawn.
Oh, you've been replaying those?
Yeah. Oh, they're so good. I think is people don't realize what old Fire Emblem, why it was so great, you know? Because I feel like the new ones are kind of like letting go of what the old traditions of what Fire Emblem was. You know, each game sort of had this motif of like, we're going to war, but we don't want to go to war and all this stuff. It's just.
Are they working on any new games? Do you know?
Like the Fire, like which one? Like the original creator or the new, or just Intelligent Soft in general?
I wouldn't know. I just mean like Fire Emblem games in general.
I think they're probably just doing DLC for Fates. Honestly, at this point, that's probably because Fates made a lot of money. I know the original creator of Fire Emblem. He's working on a new game, and I'm really excited for it.
Oh, really? Did
Yeah.
he say anything about like release date or anything like that?
He's gonna make it. It's gonna be a free to play. It's gonna be free. Like he's making it off of some like a RPG Maker engine, which is weird for him. But he's making it free.
Like online play?
No, it's gonna be like a single player game. He's gonna make basically this game is gonna be as old school Fire Emblem as it gets. Probably.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good for people like you though that are like very into the fandom. You know, like
totally.
followed it through the journey, and then you get this from the original creator. That has to be very exciting.
Oh yeah. Well, he's done a couple other games. He had Tearing Saga. That was a big deal. I love Tearing Saga.
Oh, that's right. John just brought this up. So you say you got a new computer. Have you played DC Universe Online?
I wasn't a big fan, honestly.
I've heard.
What he said?
I've heard he said he wasn't a big fan of DC Universe Online.
I near was I though, and I repicked it up. Remember?
Yeah. The game's slow getting into. It is. I like it. John, myself, and Britt have been playing. We kind of made a league together, 2 leagues for heroes and villains.
We have Planet Nerdom.
Yeah.
That's the good guys, and then we have the Princeton Court for the villains.
Yeah, it's the villains.
I'm gonna shave my hair like Luthor and everything. I get into character when I play.
Okay, McCree. Back there looking like McCree. Yeah, so we've been playing a lot of DC Universe Online. If you do want to give it another try, you let us know.
Yeah.
With you. And it's also for anybody watching this. If you guys want someone to play with, we're looking for people to play with.
Right now, if you get the PS4 version of the game, you get the lantern for free, like the lantern power. You get it for free with a green aura.
Yeah.
And you also get like 100 points.
Yeah, they also did add a few powers. I don't know when was the last time you tried it, Jordan. What was last?
Oh god, it was years ago.
Oh yeah, they have new power. Like they have red lantern powers, green lantern powers now. They have electricity.
Quantum, atomic.
Yeah, time and
rage,
space.
Red lantern.
That's what I said. You said that 3 times.
Yo,
Rage.
Yeah.
Have you read Green Lantern New Guardians yet?
Green Lantern, the Rebirth one, right?
No, this is New 52. It had like 6 volumes. It's Green Lantern New Guardians. It's about Kyle Rayner. Oh, ask John. It's Green Lantern New Guardians. It's about Kyle Rayner as a White Lantern.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's so good. It's phenomenal.
Were you throwing something at me, or were you throwing something in my mouth? Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't read that. There's so much of the New 52 that I have not read. I've been slowly going back, trying to get caught up on it. I say very slowly because it is a very slow process.
Yeah,
but I have been keeping up. Yeah, there's so much to it. I have been keeping up with Rebirth. John, where's the trunk at? We have a trunk where we keep all of our comics. We're gonna bury it one day so people can find like a whole treasure trove of comics in the future.
That's cool.
We call it a One Piece.
So this right here is where we keep all of our comic books.
Not anymore though. We got these. Put them in.
That's lame.
No, they're each of their fine.
Okay. And last Wednesday, so Wednesdays have become the comic book day where we go shopping.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
For comics. So Britt got this Superman, Wonder Woman, New 52. I gotta read that. I gotta get caught up on this. I think this is a whole volume, honestly.
Why are they having a romance? I'm not okay with that.
Oh shit, she has both volumes. She has the second one, volume 1, and volume 2. Yeah, volume 2. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to read all of this and get caught up completely. There's this one. We got Supergirl. Started reading that, but this is the new Supergirl based on the TV show. And this is all stuff that we bought just this Wednesday that honestly I haven't read this week. Probably get some reading in this weekend. I got Martian Manhunter. I got issues 1 through 12 of the Martian Manhunter series.
You're gonna love it. Martian Manhunter is like the best in New 52.
Yes.
He's amazing.
Yes, I've been a big fan of Martian Manhunter, but I've never actually read a comic book of his. I didn't know anything about him. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to start with New 52, I might as well start with the hero that I like. So I picked him up. And
the best part, too, is the writers decided to make him like even more important in New 52. So there's that. Oh, yeah. He actually takes on the whole Justice League at one point.
Oh, well, I hear he's really strong, so I'm very excited to get into those. I have 12 issues of those. I'm not sure how many are in the entire series, but I have 12. John got Robin Wars right here.
Ooh.
Yeah, this looks very interesting, but unfortunately it's issue number 2 and we don't have issue number 1, so we're gonna have to read it online or something. Titan Hunt. I read the first 3 issues of Titan Hunt last week, and this is very exciting. It's a very exciting comic so far, mainly because I don't know who a lot of those heroes are. Like, I didn't know who Donna Troy was, and then I started reading her, and I'm like, whoa, you're kind of badass. So it's very much an introduction to new characters for me. I think that's why I like it. Let's see, what else did we get from last week? Oh, Blue Beetle.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got Blue Beetle here. Gonna read that. Dead Again, Superman, Man of Steel. I'm not sure where this came from. This might have come from a loot crate or something. I don't remember it. That's what we got. Of course, we got the rebirths. Obviously,
yeah.
we have all the rebirths out so far, except Batman. I know you keep saying Batman.
It's the best one. Good though. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to put in a request at the comic book store that we shop in because it's sold out. So I'm gonna have to request it so they can put it on file and hold it for us. And we also have the Legend of Wonder Woman. Also, is one that we have.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's comics are actually pretty underrated, honestly. Like, they don't get they're actually pretty good, but people don't give a lot of credit to it because her older stuff was really boring.
Well, I really like Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman because she's strong female. And she shows that like women can be badass, because I feel like they underplay women a lot when it comes to like comic books or superheroes, especially like, for example, you look at Supergirl, the TV show, like everybody's like, yeah, we don't want her, we want Superman. And I'm like, but these women are badass too. And I feel like Wonder Woman is the perfect example of that. She's a fucking savage. She's stronger than a lot of the people in the Justice League. And it's so exciting reading about her because she's actually one of my favorite heroes from the Justice League to learn about. And so I'm very interested. I was very confused in the rebirth of Wonder Woman though. When I read it, it looked to me that they were trying to like merge together the different stories of Wonder Woman and try to go from there. That's what I got.
A retcon.
Yeah. Okay. I was very confused about it, but I knew enough about her to understand that that's what they were trying to do. But I'm excited to see where it goes, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And real talk though, Rebirth Flash had me all emotional. Oh.
It was really good.
That scene when Barry Allen recognizes Wally and pulls him out of the Flash, out of the Flash ray. I was like, oh my god, he remembers him. And he's like, it's not your fault, Barry. I was like.
The thing was, and then you see Godspeed on the second page, which I didn't think they were gonna show him so soon.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up showed him. It is very emotional to show what's going on with Wally. I mean, in the DC universe, the first one, it was so sad to see when he went to his wife and she didn't recognize him, and I was like, that fucking sucks, And it's like, as a new comic book reader, I didn't know the history there, but I could feel the emotion when reading the page, because you're like, yeah, that's his wife. Whether you know what they've been through or not, it's still the same, because you're like, damn, I feel bad for him. Like, nobody remembers this guy. and then Barry remembers, grabs him, and it was very heartwarming. It was very touching.
Yeah,
And
pull the heartstrings.
I was excited though because he's going to the Teen Titans. Like in Flash, he got out and then he's going straight to the Teen Titans. I'm like, okay, that's one that I want to read. I'm excited to read that one. So it's gonna be very interesting, to say the least.
See, what I'm really hoping for when Rebirth does Teen Titans is because New 52 Teen Titans has been kind of booty like for the past ever.
Okay.
So let's hope that with Rebirth they get proper writers to be like, okay, we fucked this up in New 52. Let's fix all the problems with it and make it good again.
Mm-hmm. I can't comment on that much because, like I said, I didn't read a lot of the 52, so there's a lot of things that I don't know, and I'm definitely trying to fill in the gaps. Like, for example, I was telling you about the Watchmen pin. I had to watch YouTube videos online, try to figure out, okay, like why is everybody so excited about this? I had to, ask John some questions, talk to some people, and there's a lot of things that are like missing. But then you have comics like the Aquaman one, which is like, you don't have to know Aquaman to start with that Rebirth,
Mm-hmm.
So that was exciting. And you have like the new Green Lanterns and the Green Arrow, and I think that those are three that I really like. Like, I like them all. There wasn't one that I didn't like, but I did like the ones where they established the characters, gave you a little bit of a backstory for them and everything. I think that was very interesting. The ones that I was the most confused about were Superman, obviously, because that took off from 52, and Flash, and I feel like I might be kind of confused on Batman, but I haven't read it yet. So.
Well, the biggest thing with Flash is you got to remember, New 52 all started because, are you familiar with Flashpoint Paradox?
Yeah, I know about that.
So that all happened. So in order to fix the Flashpoint Paradox, he had to go back and reverse everything and basically start the New 52. However, what we learned in Flash, though, is that he didn't actually create the New 52. Who did that was actually Dr. Manhattan. And Dr. Manhattan is, from the Watchmen. And Watchmen's a big thing because it's an Alan Moore graphic novel. And Alan Moore is considered to be one of the best graphic novel writers, if not the best of all time. He wrote The Killing Joke, which is like the most legendary Joker-centric Batman comic of all time. He wrote Watchmen, V for Vendetta, Swamp Thing. Like, he's a god among men, basically. This dude is, everyone reveres him as like the most quintessential comic book writer of the past, I don't know how many decades. Right. So to see Watchmen being so important to a storyline is a really big deal for comic readers, to say the least. So I'm excited.
It sounds amazing. It's just, like I said, I didn't know who they were. I watched the Watchmen movie. I didn't understand it. This was way back when, though. I didn't understand it, mainly because, I didn't read the comics. So I'm like, yeah, who are these people? Where are they coming from? It doesn't make sense to me. So to see them coming into the DC universe I can't say that I'm excited about it, but I'm very interested to learn about them. I'm very optimistic about it.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. The characters are all phenomenal. And here's the really kicker about Watchmen, though. Watchmen, the best way to address it is a realistic way to address superheroes. Like, Dr. Manhattan is a realistic way to address characters like Superman. He feels he's so powerful that he feels that he's not human. He feels disconnected, so he just leaves. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the way they address the comedian, the anti-heroes, how he just kind of loses shit. There's just so much to it. It's great. Comedian has this whole line where life's a big joke and he's going to be the comedian sort of deal. I forget the actual line, but it's really good. Yeah, I'd recommend, if you could read any graphic novel right now, I'd recommend Watchmen. You would love it. It's brilliant.
Is it like a long series?
No, it's just one graphic novel. It's a big, thick novel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could probably knock it off in a day, honestly.
Oh, all right. I might look into that. Maybe it'll help me fill in some of the blanks that I'm missing.
At least for Watchmen, it would.
Mm-hmm.
And also Killing Joke. It's basically people read it as the greatest thing to ever happen to Joker. As far as comics go, there's even a Killing Joke cartoon coming out next month. That is going to be amazing.
I saw that. Yeah.
The reason why we're all flipping out, because Alan Moore wrote it. But the biggest kicker about this cartoon is because they got the original staff behind the Batman animated series. They got Mark Hamill voicing Joker, Kevin Conroy as Batman, Tara Strong as Batgirl.
And they've done the acting and stuff before for the animated series.
In the old 90s animated series, the one that everyone loves, that's the original cast. So that's a big deal. And Bruce Timm is producing it, which is another huge deal because Bruce Timm is the guy responsible for creating Harley Quinn. He wrote Mr. Freeze's backstory. He pretty much directed all of Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond. Bruce Timm's a legend, so he's producing the movie, and then Sam Liu is directing it. Now Sam Liu
So
directs
is this going to be? Is it supposed to be an animated movie or an animated series?
Animated movie, Killing Joke at least.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it's
actually
gonna be
like
amazing.
there's actually not many of the animated movies that I don't like. I actually like a good bit of them.
They're all good. In my opinion, I love all of them.
Yeah, they're
fantastic.
really good. Definitely the animated movies, hands down over the actual live action movies for sure.
Totally.
They do an amazing job. I think probably my least favorite movie, which actually like it didn't suck. It just it wasn't as hype as the other ones, was the Green Lantern movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. This is the CGI one? No.
No. The animated one. Animated series. The animated Green Lantern one. And it was more when they focused more on like the corps. They were all telling stories and like having flashbacks and stuff. It was good, but it wasn't like my favorite compared to a lot of the others.
Under the Red Hood was so good. Oh my god.
That was a good one. That was
so
a good
good.
one. Well, I went on a whole weekend where I just like watched them all at once. And got caught up on all of them because Britt's dad, he downloaded them all into a flash drive and I just watched them all.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So I'm actually excited. Every time they come out with the animated movie, I'm always very excited for it.
Oh yeah, totally. Like I can't wait for Killing Joke because they pretty much all the stars have aligned for this movie. They got all the best people working on it. I mean, it's based off an Alan Moore novel. I mean, that alone is just like the best thing ever. I can't wait. It's gonna be super good.
Let's see. So now that we've gotten almost all of the first issues, what comics so far of Rebirth are you most excited for that second issue of?
Batman.
Of course, I don't know why I ask. For me, it's Green Lantern and Green Arrow. Those two are like neck and neck. They are both very exciting. Green Arrow because I want to know like what the fuck are those Wendigo looking things that they're fighting. I want to know more about them. And the Green Lanterns is because I want to see how they're gonna do these characters. Like I feel like out of all the characters, those characters are gonna be like very amazing to see the development and the growth that they have to becoming heroes because they are not heroes right now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my two favorites, Batman and Green Lantern for Rebirth. Like they're like neck and neck.
And we get to see the Red Lanterns, which is just the icing on the cake for me.
Yeah, I'm Green Lantern expanded Green Lantern universe is so interesting with all the different lanterns and stuff. Did you hear Jon Stewart's a Pink Lantern now?
I read that, but I didn't see where. I also read that he died shortly after, but I don't know if that's true.
I can't believe. Yeah, but I remember I was like, wait, I read the issue where Jon Stewart became a Pink Lantern. I was like, that's bizarre. The first male Lantern is Jon Stewart of all the characters. Like, I just thought that's what
you gotta rep. Real men wear pink.
I think it's funny. Of all the characters, they picked the most like stoic and like stern Green Lantern.
Yeah. There's a lot of colors. I actually really like the Green Lanterns because my favorite thing about learning about these people, and this is why I decided to do the Martian Manhunter series next, is because I like the aliens and I like the different worlds, and so I like Starfire and Red Hood and the Outlaws because it's Cameranian. I like when they went to her planet and when you learn more about her because she's different. I like learning about.
Sorry, you finished. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I like learning about things that are different, and the Green Lanterns deal with that a lot. They go to a lot of different places, planets, deal with races and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my thing is because Red Hood and the Outlaws, I despise that comic. Like, I know you like it. I didn't want to tell you that, but I mean, here's the thing: it's like Starfire is actually a really deep character, like for a lot of reasons. They just made her like literally just a sex toy in that series, and
I'll give you that. And the thing is, though, it was my first read. Everybody tells me that like it's not that popular, but it was like a eye opener for me because, for example, I thought that Starfire was the way she was in the animated series Teen Titans, and then I read this, and I'm like, okay, wow, this one's a lot cooler. And then now I want to go on to learn more about her, so that's why I'm excited for the Rebirth to see how she is there. And some of the other characters, because I know that every different comic is different. The characters are portrayed a little bit different.
Red Hood and the Outlaws too, because in Rebirth it's Red Hood, Bizarro, and Artemis.
You hear that, Jordan?
Mm-hmm. Red Hood, Bizarro, and Artemis.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see. Like I know things change a lot, But it was definitely one of those things that was like, okay, it's very exciting for me. And then now I'm exploring other comics, so I can see like what's better. You know what I mean? Like what's different out there. But I will definitely give you that though. They did make her a sex toy in that comic.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that because Starfire is a really deep character. Really, if you look into like a lot of her backstory, especially in like the original, like before the New 52, like early on Starfire, she had a lot of things going on with her character. Like she's like a slave on the planet and all this stuff. There's so much to her. It's really deep. Like I don't know. She still was a very promiscuous character. Granted, she was always pretty sexually active in the comics, but there was a reason for it in the old versions. And I feel like in Red Hood and the Outlaws, they just went like, okay, well, she's had sex in the comics before. Let's just make her do nothing but have sex.
Right. Yeah, she didn't do much. But yeah, John read the actual Starfire comic. I didn't go straight to that one because I'm like, I want to see other heroes before I read that. New 52 that I want to go to after Martian Manhunter and after all the ones we have in the house is Batgirl. That's very high on my list, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I read chapter 0. That's it.
It's good.
And it's good. It's good so far. So it's high on the list of things to read. I do want to read Batgirl. There's a few heroes that I'm trying to learn more about going into Rebirth. And then there's a few heroes, like, for example, I don't think I'll go back and read, like, Green Arrow 52. I'll probably read some other heroes and try to catch up on them because I actually like the Rebirth comic. Maybe Flash, probably not. I'll probably stick with the Rebirth. Aquaman, I don't think I'll go back and read an Aquaman comic either. But some of the other heroes, like the more minor heroes, I definitely want to go back and try to fill in on their characters and see more about them.
There's two in particular that I'd really recommend you check out for New 52. Batwoman. Batwoman has like the artwork alone makes it worth reading because whoever draws that series deserves like all kinds of awards. It's so good.
Okay.
Because Batwoman New 52 is amazing, and also Booster Gold. Booster Gold gets no love, but Booster Gold is actually one of the most important characters because when the universe gets rebooted, he's one of the only people that remembers the past universe.
Right. Do you think we'll see him in Rebirth?
Yes, and he's going to be really important to Rebirth. I know he is.
Okay.
Because the writers have always said that Booster Gold is going to play a big role in the story somewhere, and we don't really know what his true potential is yet. And I feel like Rebirth might be where we find out exactly what makes Booster Gold so important to the DC universe.
Okay. Are you okay over there? Yeah. He's a very interesting character. I did not like him at first when I first met him. The first time I ever saw Booster Gold was in Smallville. And then I saw him again in DC Universe Online. And he's he's a narcissist, to say the least. But the more I learn about him, he seems very interesting. I don't know a lot about him. So he is the character that I am interested to learn about. And I'm willing to learn about. I don't think there's a single character that I'm like, yeah, I don't want to read you. When it comes to DC, everybody I'm giving a open mind towards, and I'm willing to learn about and see how it goes.
Yeah, if there's one character that I really wish I could read more about, it's Clarion the Witch Boy. He's a villain, but he's so interesting in so many ways. I don't know where to begin with. He's basically this master wizard, a lord of chaos, who like went to the future and rules this kingdom of like fairies and stuff. It's hard to explain, but he's super fascinating. And him and Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate gets like no love, but he's one of the coolest characters in all of DC.
Mm-hmm. Did you read the Rebirth Action Comics or Detective Comic?
Detective Comics? No.
Apparently they came out of Rebirth for both. And I was very confused because I asked the cashier lady, the cashier lady, and she wasn't she was really mean. And she was like, yeah, they're not starting over. She was very confusing with her wording. She said, yeah, they're just starting at 1 and they're going to 1,000 again, but it's a continuation of the old story. So I was confused and I didn't buy it because I'm like, okay, do I need to know what happened in the other 900 chapters to read this one or what?
Fucking cunt. She's acting like, how dare you come to my workplace where I work and I make a living working to answer your fucking question.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't know. I was gonna buy those two, but I didn't because I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I needed to read what's before to understand this. Like, I barely understood the new Superman Rebirth. Barely.
That's right, dude. I totally forgot. In Rebirth, Dr. Fate is making a comeback. this is exciting, dude. You're gonna learn about one of my favorite heroes in all of DC. So get excited. One of my favorite characters of all time.
Well, I'm actually excited for all the comics. I've been buying every single one for Rebirth. I've been buying. I don't understand. Like, there's people who are like, yeah, I didn't buy the Aquaman one, but I read the other ones. I'm like, I read them all. Yeah. So I read them all. I enjoy them all, and I give everybody an opinion. Like I said, there's comics that I like more. Like, for example, I didn't like the Rebirth Aquaman that much, but it wasn't bad. It was not bad. It's just I didn't like it compared to the Flash and Wonder Woman as much. But it wasn't a bad comic, and I'll buy the second issue and I'll read it, and it'll probably pick up. While John says that he loved it. It was his favorite of all of them. Well, not really. The Green Lantern was his favorite, I believe.
No.
What?
It was Aquaman, then it was Aquaman. After Aquaman, it was the Flash, and then the Green Lantern.
Okay, so there you go. We're actually, I don't know if you can see the table back here. We're actually going to play Hero Clicks after this live stream. It's my first time playing that, so it's going to be pretty fun and exciting.
I've never even heard of it, honestly.
Really? Did you see? Jordan's never heard of Hero Clicks, John?
What the fuck, really?
Yeah.
Dude, show him something.
All right. Well, apparently there's like these little figures. I don't know if you can see. We have these maps, and they have squares, and you're able to. You have these cards. I'm the worst person to explain this, by the way, because I've never played the game. So I don't know why John won't come over here and explain to you. Okay. But yeah, they have these cards, and they have abilities, moves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have abilities on them. Unique abilities, moves, certain things that they can do. You're able to interact with the map, break shit and stuff, and you move around. And I guess you battle. Right now, we have 5 people on one side, 5 people on the other side. And I guess the objective of the game is to take out all your opponent's heroes, right, John?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Unless you get like a kind of like, there's also like a D&D book that you can get that has like you can play through arcs.
Okay.
For example, my very first game ever with my friend was doing the Flashpoint Paradox.
Okay.
So we have to play through the Flashpoint Paradox, but with any hero you want.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a story structure if you want.
Okay, so it sounds exciting. Right here we have John, actually, one of his sponsors actually got this. Red Arrow. We have a little Red Arrow figure right here. We have him. We got Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle here. This one's Dr. Fate.
That's my guy right there. That's my dude.
Yeah, we got Dr. Fate. And apparently this is one of the few games that's like there's Marvel figures. There's Marvel characters. There's DC characters. I think Assassin's Creed. Yu-Gi-Oh has some. So it's like, and I think you can mix them, right? If you want.
Yeah, you can grab. If you want to have a team that has Nightwing and Magneto, you can. Like, there's no rules against that.
Yeah.
I want to go through Flashpoint Paradox as Seto Kaiba. Just challenge everyone to a duel.
He wants to go through Flashpoint Paradox with Seto Kaiba. Challenge everybody to a duel.
You can. That's the best part.
So I'm very interested to see how we play. When we were kids, John and I actually came up with a board game like this. It was just like this, just with Pokemon. We had little Pokemon figures. We actually had another one with Yu-Gi-Oh too, where we cut out Yu-Gi-Oh cards and then we made up our own abilities and stuff for them, and we had them on a table, and you move and you interact and you battle and stuff. So I'm very interested to see how this is, because I'm very positive it's better than whatever our 10-year-old minds could have come up with at that age. So this will be my first playthrough, and I'm excited. And it's very interesting because like I started out playing DC Universe Online, which made me like the world of DC. Then I started reading the comics, and now that kind of transitioned over to Hero Clicks. So maybe Hero Clicks will maybe introduce me to, I don't know, like Assassin's Creed or some other series. It may introduce me to a Marvel character or something. And it's very interesting to see how when you get into one thing, it kind of opens the doors for other things for you to enjoy.
Totally. Can't say I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed though. I mean, I the first game I thought was great, and the second game too, but like everything after, I was just kind of like.
Yeah, I never played one. I mean, I played, like I physically played. I've never beaten one. I always watch John play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the mechanics are fun. I just have a beef with Ubisoft. I'm just not a fan of them.
Oh, really? I like Ubisoft. It's just their games are very glitchy sometimes.
My beef with Ubisoft.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't even beat the first Watch Dogs, and the second one's coming out.
Fuck Watch Dogs.
Oh my, that was very strong language towards Watch Dogs. What did Watch Dogs do to you?
It gave me all this hype and didn't deliver.
I like the concept for Watch Dogs. I think it was very
No,
good.
it's an amazing concept. They just didn't deliver.
Right. It was like Assassin's Creed in a modern world. And very interesting concept. Maybe I don't know, maybe the second one they'll fix it. I don't know.
Let's hope. Watch Dogs 2, we promise we won't give you a broken game.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you can ask for though, whenever you get to a sequel to a game, is that they fix whatever's wrong with the first one.
Totally.
Make it better. Yeah, I think there's 5 chapters in Watch Dogs. I got to the 3rd one and I never finished it because I moved. Actually moved here a year ago and just never opened the game again. I might have to go back and do that.
I see. Yeah, I don't know. Ubisoft for me, they've just let me down so much to the point where I've just decided to never buy their games again.
Right.
If a game that looks really good comes out, maybe I'll borrow it, or maybe I'll just hit up a certain website. No, not Steam. Another website with the magnet links.
See, I enjoy Ubisoft games. It's just like I said, they can be very glitchy at times. They focus a lot on the map and the world. That there's areas that they can't get it all. They can't get it all. But when it comes to like story and stuff, I do like a lot of the Ubisoft games.
Yeah.
Like for example, I was a big fan of Far Cry Primal. I like that game.
Did you play Blood Dragon? Blood Dragon was pretty good actually.
Never played that. Is that Ubisoft?
Yeah, it's a big homage to like 80s movies. That's like the one game that they've done in the past like 5 years that I've been like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Are you a big movie watcher?
Oh yeah, especially like 80s. I love the 80s aesthetic in movies.
Yeah.
So like I will binge watch like Karate Kid, the old Star Wars films, like all that stuff. I love that era of movies so much.
Oh wow.
Granted though, I'm a big fan too of like foreign films.
Sorry, that's my dogs barking at the lawnmower.
No worries. Yeah, I'm a big fan of foreign films. Like I watch a lot of Korean and Japanese films. Korean martial arts films are some of the best action films you'll ever watch. Like this is called The Raid.
Right.
Check it out. It's people were saying it was like one of the best like action films ever because it was just nonstop fight scenes and they were so well choreographed.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I'm not that big of a movie watcher. I don't watch a lot of movies. So. There's a few movies I definitely should get caught up on, but I haven't. I don't sit still too long enough to watch a movie.
I definitely read more than I do watch, for sure.
Yeah. I like animated movies though.
That's my favorite thing. Cartoons are my number one. I'm a cartoon encyclopedia. Get me started on any cartoon and I won't shut up.
Well, we'll have to do that. I know you wanted to do that this weekend, but we'll probably do that another one. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream a little bit early since they're mowing the yard out there. So yeah, is there anything else that you want to say or anything? Plug yourself in or anything like that?
Dr. Fate is the truth. Also, John's got to hit me up on Skype later. We got to talk about Clash, so there's that.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably be there too. So we'll probably all Skype together, all 3 of us.
Okay, cool. Right on. I'll message you later on with my Skype information and whatnot.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Have a good one, man. Enjoy your game. Peace.